Hello guys, I'd like to welcome you to our another workshop. This time we're going to talk about NFT marketplaces and how to build them. My name is Sam, I'm CTO and co-founder of Tatum, and let's jump right to it. So what we're going to do today, just talk about the organization stuff about Tatum, goals of this workshop, then we'll go through the demo, what we have prepared for you, and at the end we're just going to wrap up and just talk about any ideas or questions you might have, and hints to the next workshop in 2 weeks, what should be there. So as I said at the beginning, this session is recorded, and the video will be available on our YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and all of our channels. I think Evan already posted some of the channels you can reach us. Please don't unmute yourself unless you're asked. Otherwise, it could be a complete mess. So it's much better if you're unmute. Ask questions in the chat, and every question will get their answer. At the end or during the session, we will see how it goes. So a couple of sentences about us, about Tatum, who we are, what we do. We are the fastest and most scalable blockchain infrastructure. We support more than 20 blockchains or blockchain protocols. We have more than 8,000 projects running on top of our platform globally, all around the world. A huge amount of them are marketplaces, exchanges, or wallets, it depends. And what's super great about us, it's the time you can integrate on our platform and the time of the whole blockchain integration. It's really in a couple of hours. You can run your blockchain, anything you want to build, in a couple of hours with us. So what we're going to do today, we would like to show you how NFT marketplaces are being built. What are the key pieces in the marketplace world? What could be there? What should be there? And what is more important, gather feedback on the features you are interested in. We can always update our prototype, and we'll see how it goes and what should be included in the next workshop. Next workshop will be in 2 weeks. We'll talk about it later. So let's just dive into the workshop as such. We have prepared a Figma prototype for you, where we have prepared some kind of wireframes of what the marketplace should be, how the marketplace should look like. And to be honest, this marketplace is for gaming, or for like a gaming section, if you want to sell NFTs for games or such. So it could be quite complex if you are looking for marketplace for musicians or arts. Some of the features couldn't be there and could be skipped. So let's just talk about the gaming stuff. So first of all, I think how I would like to have this workshop today. Let's talk about the key components in the marketplace. What should every marketplace have? How should it behave? And then we will understand how the whole ecosystem could work and could be beneficial for the customers and for you who will create a marketplace. So the key concept of the marketplace are items, and these items will be sold on their marketplace. Users will be able to buy those items and ideally sell those items to someone else. Now it depends if we're going to do custodial or non-custodial marketplaces. If the users are able to sell their own items to each other, or the provider of the marketplace, some company, for example, gaming company or some art studio or music studio is selling their own items to the people. For example, like NBA Top Shot is doing, they are selling the NBA like memorable videos to the people, and other people can sell it to another users on the platform. So the first, like the initial or core component is possibility to search for items or NFT tokens which are being listed on the marketplace and which could be bought by anyone. So the first like key component is some kind of a filter with list of items which are available. When the user chooses the item to buy, he usually wants to see some details. So the next key component is the detail of the NFT he would like to buy. In the detail, we can see some description. Usually there are included some metadata like images or videos or anything else, or song, if we are talking about the songs. And we should definitely see the lowest price for which we could buy this item and the highest price for which we could buy this item. We expect today in this marketplace we are talking about that there could be multiple same items for which are the same. So we are talking about editions. One edition is I don't know, 100 or 500 or 1,000 similar items, which are exactly the same, but each item is unique NFT token. But those tokens are exactly the same within that edition. And there could be different prices for each of the item in the edition. Someone could sell that item for $16 or for 250,000. It varies, and you as a user can choose the specific item you want to buy. Usually I can see that there's the lowest price for item number 332. There could be highest price. There is a question why the cost varies. Imagine, for example, there are 1,000 items and there is 1,000 collectors, and one collector would like to sell the item for $16 because he just want money ASAP, but another one would like to sell the item for 200,000. Awesome. So we can have different prices for the same item, and we can just choose which specific one we as a user would like to buy. In the detail of the item, there could be some additional information. For example, history of the prices of similar items from that edition, or what has happened with this specific item, how the price was growing or not, and we can just see the details. I think you can imagine what could be there present. So once we choose the item we want to buy, we just hit buy. Voila. There was some payment process. We don't care right now how the payment works. It could be paid with crypto, or you can be redirected to the payment provider, or I don't know. This is not the scope of this prototype. Question from Anand: does it follow that the cheapest one sells first? No, you don't have to, because you can choose which item you want to buy, and you want to buy the more expensive. I don't know why you would do that. Usually you as a user want to buy the cheapest one. Question from Oscar: it can be an auction. Yes, it could be. It could be that there are different types of distribution of those items. You can do it as auction. You can do it as I want to buy this specific item. It doesn't matter. It's up to you and your business model. Okay, so once we buy an item, Usually in the marketplace, you want something as a user profile, or something, some information about you as a user once you signed up. There is a lot of things here, and a lot of things. There's a sorry guys, there's a question. Which page is that? Is it a page to create NFT? I don't know what do you mean, Luzfunk. Maybe we'll discuss at the end. Um, so the details of the user. Usually, user has, he would like to see which items he owns. I can see I own like 26 items with from the different games, different series, different names. So I can see everything here. But what's more important is another parts here. We can see some kind of a ranking. We can see some points, and this leads us to idea of a gamification of the user story. For example, imagine you as a user, once you buy some item, once you sell item, achieve once you finish some achievements, for example, buy 3 items of 5 or something like that, you gain points. More points you have, the higher rank you obtain, and people with a higher rank could very easily could have access to some kind of a special features or special NFTs, which are only for expert guys. Or in the auction, they could have, for example, better place for bidding, or once there's a pre-sale of some items, they could buy it 1 hour before others and stuff like this. There's a lot of things you can done with this gamification for the users, and this mechanism like holds not holds this mechanism keeps the user working with your marketplace, keeps performing operations, and you can earn more money basically, and the engagement of the users it's much higher. So these points could be gained by completing some achievements. So you can have multiple achievements, for example, buy 3 items from 3 different series, or buy 5 items from that collection, etc., etc. It's up to you what you will add there, but this is very powerful stuff. Another like section or things what could be done for the users are challenges. Imagine you have a challenge, for example, in 24 hours you need to buy 9 different items from 9 different games or something like that. And again, when you complete the challenge, you can either receive points, or you can receive some special NFT minted only for the challenges, and no one else could buy it only via completing the challenge. There is a lot of things which could create a higher engagement for the users, which could reward them, and then these users could sell, for example, their special NFTs from the challenges to someone else, and you can create a secondary marketplace with those like not usual stuff. Another part which could be very interesting are sets. For example, there is a set of 5 different series, and you as a collector, you want to buy the whole set. For example, there is a game Warcraft, and there is different types of persons there, and you can buy NFTs for each of that person in the Warcraft. And once you complete the whole set, you can again obtain some special reward, or you will have points, whatever. It's up to you, but again, you are creating some kind of engagement. Last thing we have in the items are just the items. So you can click on the item, again, see the detail, and if you decide that you don't longer want your item, you can just sell it. And you set the price, how much money you want to receive for this specific item. For example, I know from the details that the history of trades with this specific item is from $12 to 90 to 89. So I can see that in time the price is growing. So I can very easily sell it for, I don't know, $100 right now. And you will put your item to the marketplace and people could buy it from you directly. So we can just sell it. Okay, I don't think there's another thing here. And the item is being sold. Right now we are so those here were like the core components or core features in the marketplace. You can imagine there's quite a lot of work behind it, because you need to create, you need to mint NFTs, you need to have some kind of user profiles, you need to create ranking mechanism, you need to create those points, those reward points. You should group your items in a series or editions. You want to create achievements, and everything. It's a work on the back end and on the front end as well. Uh, but that was like the core features, and the rest of the of the slides here, we're gonna go to the details of those like additional stuff, like the sets. For example, we can see the detail of one specific set. You as a user, you can add it to the watch list. And once the set will be available for buying, you will be notified that the set is available and you can buy it. You can also see other guys in marketplace who also would like to buy something for it, or already bought something from that from that set. Okay, I think this is the detail. I think we have seen these slides. In the overview of the user profile, I think we didn't cover that. We can see items we have we have for sale to the marketplace. We can see items we own. We can see the sets we are trying to collect. We can see the challenges we are trying to achieve, and that's basically it. I think there is always some kind of FAQ, but I think that we have missed one important part, and I'm pretty sure we have missed the community section. I don't know how to click there very easily now, but we can just talk about it. What's also very like important feature is in the gamification of the users, you want to also show them that someone else is trying, or how other people, how other collectors are doing, and what are they doing, what are they buying, what are their like achievements and stuff like that. So you should definitely have a page or a section for just listing other people, like the top 10 collectors, or top, I don't know, top 10 guys within one specific challenge and stuff like that. And again, you are increasing engagement, you want other people to be better than other users on the platform, and then you just force them, or trying to force them to perform more and more operations. At the beginning, we have missed like the homepage of the prototype. In the homepage, you can do whatever you want, and you can also have some kind of like pre-made filters, like you can follow your favorite games or favorite items. You can see the top collectors. That's what I was doing. Top and other guys, and how are they doing, and what's their status, and some kind of like important and important messages to the people. And I think we have covered basically everything in 20 minutes. It was faster than I expected. So right now there are time for questions. Maybe regarding the auction, there was a question about the auction, or we didn't cover how the NFTs are being like how they are being minted and how they like appears on the marketplace, because usually no, there should be some process. So the marketplace is not only this like end user application, but definitely there should be some kind of a back office application, or for the administrators and the operators, where they are performing like the user management, and maybe they are minting new tokens, they are creating editions, series, achievements, and everything else from the from the back office perspective and from the data perspective. So this is just the front end, and the back end should be the back office, or back end should be there for managing the data and working with the data. So okay, I think I have covered everything what I wanted. So right now, anyone just ask anything you want. Will you guys post a step-by-step guide after the second one? What do you mean after the second one? Okay, can you explain the minting process from Juan? Okay, so minting, how the minting works. There are I think two scenarios how the minting could work. Imagine let's start with the easier one, with the custodial marketplace, where there's one company and the company want to sell their tokens. For example, NBA Top Shot. So NBA Top Shot is creating all of their NFTs somewhere in the back office, and they are minting new items. For example, there's a new match between New York and LA, and there are 10 videos from that match they want to mint. They want to add as a token to their marketplace. So they mint 10 new tokens, or they create 10 new editions of the videos, and in every edition they add some amount of tokens. It could be 10, 100,000. Editions could differ in a number of items included, and the less items in the edition, more valuable the items would be, because it's more rare. So for example, you can have some like regular video where there are 10,000 NFTs for $10, but you can have some super special video where there is only 10 pieces of that, and the video could cost 1,000 very easily. So in this case, those guys are creating those NFTs in the back office, and they, for example, do the pre-sale usually, or they can create an auction. Those are two types of how they just distribute the tokens to the people. In the pre-sale, they just say, okay, these items will be available for sale at 5 p.m. And guys with high rank and 2,000 points could start buying at 4:30. So this is one way of like distribution. And the second one is auction, when they just say, okay, we have 10,000 items, we don't set the price, only the minimal one, and there is an auction, and every user can bid on the item he want to buy, and the higher price wins. Very, very easy setup. So that's the custodial setup. The non-custodial one is that users, me, you, whoever, who usually connects to the marketplace using their wallet, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, or something like that. They have their own tokens, or they have minted it by themselves, and they just offer them to other people on the marketplace. They just want to sell it. Question from Marco. To make a group of similar NFTs, we use ERC 1151. Shouldn't it be 1155? Okay. Yeah, the grouping of NFTs. This is very tricky part, or tricky. There's a very simple solution for that. Every token should have its own ID, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that ID is unique across all tokens. How to create like the similar ones, the similar items in one edition, you can, if you use like the standard ERC721 or the standard like token for NFTs, not 1155, you can prefix the token with some number. For example, my edition starts with 1 million and I have 100 tokens from 1 million to 1,000,099. Another edition could be 1,000,000 and to 1,000,100 and stuff like that. You know, you can very easily just prepend some kind of a prefix to the token ID, and by that prefix you can easily create the similar tokens. It's up to you. This is basically the business logic for you, and it makes you understand which tokens are similar. But from the blockchain perspective, you don't care if the token has ID 1 or 2 or 10. You just don't care. But yes, you can use ERC 1155 to mint like 100 similar tokens for that specific type. Why not? Another question, it's quite long. Let me read it. Thanks for doing this, Sam. I'm a huge proponent of interoperable NFTs. I would someday like to wear my wearables across all the metaverses. For each project has their own type of asset template, which restricts to the idea of interoperability. Do you think it should be the NFT marketplace that defines a universal NFT template, which is accommodative of all asset types? So NFT creator who comes to the marketplace knows the different types of attributes his assets needs to contain. Okay. Question regarding interoperability. This is, as you said, it's quite complicated stuff, because every blockchain is doing different types of tokens. For example, Ethereum compatible chains with EVM, with the Solidity, you can just deploy the same standard to that blockchain and everything is the same. So the interoperability between those chains is quite simple. You just mint token on one blockchain, burn on another one, and you just transfer the token to another chain. But if the NFT marketplace should define the universal template, if you have only one marketplace that covers all the NFTs, then yes, that marketplace and that template will be the universal one. But I'm not sure if this is going to work, because those projects will be hundreds of marketplaces. And I think you can just try to standardize it as much as possible from the developer perspective, and to give access or give authors of the NFTs a unique way of creating those tokens. Maybe that's a better idea of forcing a marketplace to have a template. I don't know. That definitely a crazy idea. It would be great if it should work, but me personally, I don't think it will work. That there's going to be only one marketplace and every marketplace will follow the same template. Questions about how do you build this website? If you mean how this could be transformed to the normal website or working application, you can just go follow the prototype and build it in HTML or whatever you want, or mobile application. It's up to you. But I would like to warn you, this is really only a prototype for the and the highlight of the features the marketplace should have. There is a huge logic behind, which is non-trivial. We can discuss it in the next workshop in 2 weeks, what it actually means to build something like that from the let's say data perspective. So maybe just to wrap it up, you can find us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Telegram. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel where this video will be as soon as we finish today. And we are very happy to gather feedback from you. So feel free to write what you would like to see in the next workshop, which features are important for you, which are not. We can we can adjust the workshop next time. Next workshop will be in 2 weeks at the same time, Wednesday, 9 a.m. From Pacific time, 4 p.m. British time, 5 p.m. Central Europe time. I don't know times in in other parts of the world. But we are very happy to adjust the workshop. And as I said, it's next workshop in 2 weeks will be more technical. We will do some kind of integration. We will show you how to work with NFTs, how should how the points could look like, how the user management could look like, and stuff like that. So it's going to be really more technical than this business workshop from number one. So guys, if you don't have any question, I want to thank you all. I will stay here for another couple of minutes, so feel free to ask anything, and if something pops in your head. Otherwise, thank you very much for your attention and for your time, and I'm super happy to see you in 2 weeks. Do you have in mind to implement Flare? Yes, once the Flare will be live on the mainnet, Oscar, we will for sure add it into the supported blockchains. We do add more and more blockchains like every 2 or 3 weeks or every month. And we have a lot of abstraction prepared for you as a developers. So especially for the NFTs, it's quite easy to choose the blockchain you want to work with, and it will just work. And if you decide to move your implementation to another one, you just change the configuration parameter in the requests. Yeah, as Jiri mentioned, Flow is supporting Tatum as well, and we will launch support for Flow NFTs for the testnet in next days this week. For the mainnet, it's gonna be live in 2 or 3 weeks, I hope. So you will be able to build your marketplaces on top of Flow as well. What about copyright issues? Apparently, no one can infringe copyrights as they see fit when creating new NFT. Do you think NFT Marketplace will start checking tokens for copyright infringements? It could be, I think, very interesting feature. If you want to build your own marketplace and you add this feature, I think the authors will be very happy. But what I didn't mention is that we have launched our like extension to the standard NFT, which we called NFT royalties, and that's the standard where you cannot transfer the token to someone else unless you pay royalty cashback to the author, to the original one. So every transfer, you need to pay some small amount or amount defined by the author of that item, uh, and you need to pay it to the author. Otherwise, you will be restricted for transferring the token. So that's another cool feature which could be added to your marketplace, or you can mint your NFTs with that included. Can we build an NFT marketplace or like Rarible? You can build any marketplace as you want. I think we have quite a nice prototype. We can give, you can use it as you want. In 2 weeks, we will show you how to put it all together from the blockchain perspective and from the data perspective, and you can do anything you want, Wakas. So it's really up to you. Yes, Joseph, there's going to be only a couple of questions from you or other people, and I will not show anything else today. In 2 weeks, exactly in 2 weeks, June the 9th, at the same time. We will again create an invitation to the event on LinkedIn and Meetup, so you can join. We don't support minting on a Hyperledger right now. So from the Hyperledger perspective, we support only storing data there. So this is basically not the primary blockchain for us, this private one for the NFT stuff. So we do not have guides about Hyperledger for NFTs for us.